government benefit payments and various government programs make it possible for people not to work and be productive. And this gets to, Barbara and I have both been sort of touching on the fact that there's a moral component to this. Do you think it's okay not to work and live off other people? That, in some sense, is a very grave danger for our societies. The theory from the advocates is that if everyone gets a lot of money from the government, well, they'll then be able to focus on what they really want to do. They won't have underlying financial anxiety, and they'll go out, they'll still work because they'll want to be fulfilled. Well, I worry, as we just said, that some people think it's perfectly okay not to be fulfilled. I remember going to Switzerland back in, I think it was, 2015 when they had that referendum on the basic income? Yeah. And this was incredibly generous, $27,000 for a two-person household. And I spoke at a conference against it. It then got defeated by, I think, 78% of the voters. So I take credit for that. I doubt
the Swiss are people of reason.
I doubt I affected a single vote, but I was glad that they defeated it after I spoke at that conference about why it would be a bad idea. What was the big lesson we learned from Bill Clinton's welfare reform? If we make it harder to be dependent on government, labor force participation will increase. And oh, by the way, contrary to what Moynihan and other defenders of the old system said, child poverty went down, not up. In other words, welfare reform was a success from a left-wing perspective as well as from a market-friendly perspective. Milton Friedman said things that vaguely could be considered sympathetic to universal basic income, and Charles Murray, who unquestionably is a market-friendly libertarian, he is an explicit advocate of universal basic income. But this is where I think public choice comes in. Does anybody actually think if a new universal handout is enacted that politicians will get rid of the hundreds of other redistribution programs that are out there? Are they really going to get rid of housing subsidies and food stamps and disability and all these other things? No, they will add it on top of the current system.